Welcome back to the Watches and Wonders Late Show. My name is Ariane Alcorta, and as usual, we're joined by a very special guest in the fashion world. Today, we have Eleanor Picciotto. She is the founder of the Eye of the Jewelry magazine, as well as the editor of the Rake and Revolution, and both are specialized in watches and fashion. So by now, day 4 of this event, you must be an expert of the latest trends in the watchmaking world.
Well, if I'm not an expert, at least I'm trying to be, especially after spotting all these trends in the last couple of days. And we've been waiting for the last few years of what all our favorite brands have been able to come up with. And I want to point out the high complication of Van Cleef & Arpels, Heure Florale, in which you have some blossoming flowers where you can just read the time and counting the number of precious stones that are appearing on the dial. I also want to point out the polar bear at Chopard, and last but not least, in terms of fashion, we can't forget the bouton, which is a standalone piece at Chanel.
Indeed, mind-blowing. But before we continue, let's just watch a quick recap of today's biggest highlights.
As the week-long trade fair reached its midway mark, a number of historic and independent watchmakers took center stage on Saturday to flaunt their crafts. Right at the crux of the 62,000 square meter exhibition hub, retailers, collectors, and journalists from around the world joined CEOs as they took to the auditorium floor.
It's absolutely great. For us, it's the experiential side of the brand is a very important part of what we do, so that we have events all around the world. We constantly live Roger Dubuis together with our clients, and so to be here again together with them, it's absolutely great.
Also celebrating the fair's return after an extended hiatus due to COVID-19, A. Lange & Söhne took visitors on an exploration of its watchmaking history's early phases.
Our history is really the set of values that is in our company, and one of the values is always, and I think one of our forefathers said, never stand still. We have some very traditional lines, but we would never rest on our laurels. We actually would always push boundaries within our value system.
Parmigiani Fleurier spoke about what it means to be an independent timepiece brand in today's market.
I strongly believe that we are at the verge of a decade that will surprise us with a lot of innovation in terms of science and in terms of way of interpreting a timepiece, probably at the level of the 70s.
A lighter note was struck when another independent, Ulysse Nardin, took a novel approach to its brand's own pitch to customers.
We all very serious here, which is the right thing. I mean, we're talking about something very important. Emotions is an important thing, and creativity. But at the same time, it's always good to step back. And I guess comedians, artists are helping us also to have a different view on things. I think the culture and the mindset at Ulysse Nardin is always to have fun in what we do.
More fun is certainly in stock for fans as they continue to explore the world of luxury watchmaking here until April 5th.
For the following brand, I may have to put the coat on because we're lowering the temperature to get into this glacier.
I mean, full snow on April 2nd? Yeah, I can feel the chill.
Come on.
I'm very proud to tell you today that Montblanc has launched the first glacier dial in the watchmaking industry with the same characteristics as a real dial but inside a watch. On top of it, we have developed a steel bracelet that's absolutely unique, gathering 3 characteristics, and they never come together up to now in the watchmaking industry. Meaning you have a V shape. The distance between the lugs is 20 millimeters, whereas it is 16 millimeters at the folding buckle. On top of it, we have the interchangeability system and adjustability on the wrists. And last but not least, if you observe the case bag, you will see a 3-dimensional engraved iceberg with a very small 3-dimensional diver exploring it.
We have chosen to showcase this year the Limelight Gala Tsavorite and Diamonds because Limelight Gala was born actually at Piaget in 1973. It features a malachite dial with a gradient of Tsavorite and diamond. It really highlights what Piaget is about. It's about color, it's about radiance, it's about design and shape. And Limelight Gala is really the representation of what Piaget is about.
I would like to introduce you the Chronomaster Sports, an exceptional piece, the ultimate sports chronograph that we have introduced last year in January 2021. Here at Watches and Wonders, we are extending this line by introducing the gold model, the full gold model, which is in demand. We want to keep the tension on the steel model, which has been introduced last year. And here we are expanding the collaboration of this and the construction of this line with the introduction of two models in gold, full gold. It's an exceptional 1/10 of a second chronograph indicating the tense in a full gold envelope, I would say.
The next brand has a British origin, but what's different about this is that the founder watchmaker used to build the marine chronometers for the British Royal Navy back in the 18th centuries. Ever since, the brand has been inspired by the movement of stars and the moon to determine the passage of time. I'm here with Dominique, and she is the senior product manager of this brand, Arnold and Son. And I see that you're already wearing this beauty. So can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, you like it?
Yes, I love it.
Yes. It's called the Eclipse One. It's a perpetual moon 38 millimeter. And we wanted to bring with this new watch new inspiration with a unique and very poetic interpretation of our movement. And here the goal is not only to appreciate this moon in the upper part, like usually, but to have like a game of hide and seek. And also you can see his aventurine lace is setted with diamonds and sapphires. And it creates really like an incredible landscape that we will enjoy to discover every day another kind of landscape.
We are bringing purity to the mechanics through the Tonda PF skeleton. It is an extremely readable timepiece, very discreet, which has some details which are extraordinarily interesting. What is interesting is the readability of the skeleton, which is extremely clear, and also the indexes that are respecting the philosophy of the Tonda PF on different levels. And in fact, they are almost flying in the air because the end of the index is floating in the space. So it's really interesting to look at.
Presenting our double independent chronograph evolution called Dice Lime with special colors, green and yellow. It's a double chronograph that allows to time two independent athletes starting one after the other. And it's a watch that is very interesting for the sports world.
Climate change is indeed changing the watchmaking game. Some of these brands are going above and beyond to create innovative environmental solutions for their new collections. Let's dive deeper into the lab.
We're here because with Chopard we present here the Journey to Sustainable Luxury. It was launched almost 10 years ago. And so we work to support the communities, mining communities for gold. You see here, because we claimed also a couple of years ago 100% ethical gold in our creations and in our products. So we're here to show the effort that has been done in this regard.
We have Miratex, which is a really innovative material for straps. It's made out of rubber, cork and different metallic pigments. And it's free from all petrochemical products and polyurethanes. So it's a really sustainable material, and it's the material we've been looking for our straps. And you'll see this very soon coming on the new collection.
Eleanor, and I'm curious, how have you seen the latest efforts of the watch brands to immerse in the women's fashion market?
It's actually a very interesting question, because when you think feminine timepieces, most of the watchmakers used to think, okay, a woman's watch, let's just reduce the diameter case, let's add a couple of diamonds on the bezel and simply replace the dial by mother of pearl. But this year specifically, they've been replacing gimmicky pieces, just like the Chanel J12, where they've used Gabrielle inside the dial wearing this marinière as if she was chilling on top of her boat in the middle of the summer, or even the Murakami flower, the legendary piece that Hublot has been doing in a limited edition set with rainbow colors of gemstones. And if we think about bezel, I can only think about the New York Master of Rolex, where they've been using a contrast of black and custom cut stones, introducing purple and pink sapphires mixed with diamonds, which makes it even more flabbergasting.
Thank you so much for such an invigorating interview.
Welcome.
And I'll see you all tomorrow at the same place and at the same time.